Hello guys, welcome back here to Mount Shasta. Look at this, the vista view right in front of the mountain itself. Can you feel that energy through the video? We're here to find out what on earth is going on in Mount Shasta. There's so many different interpretations of what's happening here, from the paranormal phenomenons to UFO sightings. Native American Indians believe that the Mount Shasta is the center of creation, and it holds great, spiritual significance to them. Spiritual types believe that there's many energy vortexes in and around the mountain and the town, and then there's also the paranormal activity. And many people believe that near the mountain, Telos is an underground city where Lemurians live, and that is meant to be another type of thing that's happening here. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we can speak to somebody that knows a little bit more about it. But welcome to Mount Shasta. It's beautiful, and there is a lot to be uncovered here, and I'm excited to show you guys. Let's find out. Alright guys, here in Mount Shasta, you can see the first glimpse of Mount Shasta right behind me. I'm going to go explore the crystal stores, and then we will see what other paranormal things we can find here in Mount Shasta. This is John Muir, also known as the grandfather of the forest. This is what he says about Mount Shasta. When I first saw it, all my blood turned to wine. This is Soul Connections. I'm going to start off looking at all the amazing crystals in the area. This is the store to go to, I was told. And these are some of the offerings, the different classes and workshops that they're doing here in Mount Shasta. We've got Breath of Awakening, Paradigm Shift Workshop, Awakened, Harmonics, Galactic Calendar Workshop, all kinds of interesting, cool stuff going on here at Soul Connections. There's different crystals here in the store. For example, this is the Lemurian crystal, and it says that the Lemurian seed crystals connect with both the crown and the solar chakra. It's pretty cool. So many different crystals. This one's a Brazilian Lemurian and Lemurian quartz. There's all kinds of different types of crystals in this section of the store here at Soul Connections. We're at the Peace Garden, looking at the spiritual aspect of Mount Shasta here, and it says, please enter quietly. This is a prayer and meditation garden. So I'm going to stop speaking, guys, and just let you enjoy the magic. Welcome to the Gateway Peace Garden. Here in the Peace Garden, guys, just got to talk quietly. These are all the prayer requests that people have hung from the tree. Very cool. I'm just going to read you one of them here. And it says, for each human to find their inner light, wisdom, and love. What a great message. Some more prayer offerings here in the Peace Garden in Mount Shasta. And this one says, peace is what everyone needs. Isn't that true? Amen.
So what had brought me to Mount Shasta originally?
Yes. So this is Brandon.
Yes.
Here in the city park here in Mount Shasta. And so we're here, looking around, and I just thought it would be good to chat to some locals, and they could, like Brandon, who can give you his perspective on what brought him here and maybe his interpretation of what's happening here in this town.
So I was guided here 5 years ago by a great spirit. I was spent a life of alcoholism and drugs, and then I got guided here to, and I slipped back into alcohol a little bit, but now I've been off alcohol for 4.5 years, and I came here for deep spiritual healing and soul growth, and started going to Lakota ceremony out in Maryland, and then I found some Lakota here and started sitting in those ceremonies in those good ways and walking a good road, and letting go of the bad spirits that were associated with, drugs and alcohol. And, I've just strived to come closer to the Great Spirit. And that's what's, I guess, allowed me to stay here. The mountain, she's a powerful Apu, a sacred mountain. And she'll vet people, for sure. And if you're not walking in a good way, she'll kick you out and make sure you got to leave and make things happen that force you to go. But if you keep walking in a good way, you'll be able to stay here. And I've seen many people come and many people go. Even myself, I've been kicked out a couple times. Just
Of
through spirit.
the area, like when you're walking in specific areas, or you mean the town itself?
The town itself.
Okay.
So it's important that we walk in an upright way, and listen to spirit speaking through us. Through our gut. Listen to our gut. Listen to our heart, and not go against that, and not unknowingly cause pain to others, because when we do that, we bring that upon ourselves, and then we have many lessons to learn through that process. This place has, I was on the verge of death, and I came here and was given a new opportunity at life. And through this place, everything that I have wished to manifest, I have manifested. And it's all in Spirit's time, not in my own time. I needed to go to Peru. Ex-business partner showed up and gave me the money to go to Peru. And just from living in a place of surrender and humility, and not playing the rent game. I lived in a van for many years. I'm actually still living in a van. It's broken down on a property right now, but I was given the opportunity to become a caretaker for her disabled son and herself. She's 80 and he's 40, and now I get to help them out, and I get to receive compensation for that. I'm able to stay on their property and just cook for them, clean for them, and then I have free time to come out here to the park and drink this sacred water. It's always the sacred water which draws me back. I was just in Maryland for 2 weeks and became ill from the food and the water out there, and now I'm trying to heal myself with the water again.
Do you feel, that was going to be a question, when you leave this area, and maybe if you go into the cities or just outside of Mount Shasta, does it feel different, both the energy, the pace of life? Like what is your feeling when you're going?
It absolutely is a different energy. Within those big cities, there's a lot more 5G towers. There's a lot more dense energy. When I was in Maryland, I'm not suicidal, but something was sending me suicidal energy. There's a lot of density being broadcasted through these 5G systems. And there's even brain skull technology where they'll put voices and thoughts into your head. Yeah,
through frequencies, and a lot of people have said that.
And then we also have the HARP machines, the heart machines, that are messing with the weather, which could also be working with the 5G towers in order to send some weird electromagnetic frequencies out there.
They have the HARP, that's up by Alaska, one of them, right?
One of them is in Alaska. There's some in Colombia. They're scattered all around the planet right now.
But you feel like this area is protected from
I feel like this area is definitely protected, and the mountain has something to do with that.
Okay.
Grandmother's magic is strong here. And this is known as the root chakra of Mother Earth, of Pachamama.
Wow.
So this is a great place to come and get down to your root issues and start working on healing your root chakra, so you can start working up through the Shushuma, up through the channels.
That's something we all need to do in the current pace of life and society.
And we need to let go of the rat race of the world and really just focus on our souls and our connectedness to the earth, to grandfather.
Yeah.
And one thing that mainstream religion always steers away from, they're always like masculine, father. But what about the mother? She's
the feminine
holding
energy.
us, she's supporting us, and we need to have that balance.
Absolutely.
Ourselves. And once we have that balance within ourselves, that balance starts manifesting on the outside of us, and everything becomes more harmonious and peaceful.
And do you feel like the longer you're here, the more insights, things that are being revealed to you, or what's really important?
Absolutely. I started getting in touch with my clairvoyant abilities when I was 12 years old. I just picked up Reiki when I was 13. But, for a long time, I, suppressed those emotions and didn't want to listen. But this place really forces you to listen to your higher centers. And it's a great place to help develop those gifts that you already have, as it is the root chakra.
Right. It's fascinating. Well, we've just touched the surface, guys, and I appreciate Brandon's perspective. I always ask people one final question. If you could give one message to the world, so if people were tuning in from Australia or maybe India, different countries, if you could offer them one piece of advice or a message, what would that be?
Lately, for me, it's been stop being in the role of people pleasing, and do what's best for you. Do what's best for the goodness of your soul, and don't let anything get in the way of that, because there's a lot of distractions out here in the world, and our bodies know the best, so just listen to your body, listen to your heart, and follow that higher spiritual calling, but you first must let go of all that doesn't serve you. So focus on compassion for yourself, compassion for others, and if you can, always help someone out who's in need. And you never know how that's gonna show up. Sometimes just being that ball of light within their life can help snap them out of the darkness that they have created for themselves.
Awesome. That's a lot of messages. A very, very good message, and having the courage to be yourself is really important. So, well, thank you, Brandon. Really appreciate your time, and thanks, guys, for tuning into this. And just it was really, really good to hear your thoughts and your interpretation of what's happening here. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Okay.